Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10X this city, y'all, and time to 10X your life. You are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Farrell here, certified 10X coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, we are coming to you from beautiful downtown Springfield in the Big Dog Construction Studio. Excited for another great episode today. Hey, it's going to be a little bit different today. Don't have a full interview, but we are welcoming back Chris Hartsook. He's got an announcement. He'd like to make some cool stuff he's got going on. So we thought we'd take today's episode, make that announcement, and then maybe give you a little sneak peek on what he's got going on. And then I've got a few things I'd like to discuss with you as well when it comes to 10X methods and mindset. So let's get right to it after the break.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at SangamonTreeService.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.
All right, and we are back. Joining me in the studio now, somebody that's probably very familiar to y'all by now. He's been in a couple of times, Mr. Chris Hartsook. Chris, how we doing today?
I'm doing great, Robert. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. You recall, Chris is from Big Dog Construction, also Big Dog Business Coaching, my business partner in that endeavor, also here Elevate Springfield. So I know you remember and love him well. So let's go, Chris. So he has something exciting to announce today, starting on Mondays. What do we got going on, Chris?
Hey, I tell you what, with the success that our coaching company has with Elevate Springfield and what you're doing for the community with that, we've got our Big Dog Construction Company. We're going to be launching and dropping our own podcast with our construction company so we can share with everyone different tips and trades and secrets, pull back the curtain to the construction industry and the remodel industry, keep our clients up to date on what the trending colors are or the trending fads are. You don't have to go to HGTV and watch the Joanna Gaines and, see what's going on. Just tune in right here and we'll talk to you about what's going on.
Okay, so it's not just you though, right?
No, actually I have a co-host, Caitlin Borgine. She's a former DJ on 99.7 up here in Springfield with Bonzi. And so KDB's back on the mic with me and she's excited about that. And she loves to talk. Mm-hmm. So
she's good at it.
She's good at it, fits right in. And what's neat about it is it's going to give a great perspective back and forth. Me in the industry, her wanting to be in the industry and like doing her own things. And she tries to stay up on fashion, she thinks, as well as in fashion in the home.
Sure.
It's exciting to have her. And so we've got that first podcast dropping next week. It's Big Dog Construction, designing and building mid-Illinois.
Okay. Get into a little bit more what some of the topics might be.
So some of the topics may be, like I said, what the trending color is going to be, or bathroom designs, or what the latest shower shape and designs are, or infinity tubs. Everyone likes infinity tubs in their bathroom. Kitchen remodels, the cabinet types, the colors, natural woods ran and painted cabinets kind of came in, and now they're kind of shifting a little bit back to natural woods. And so it's talking about those things. But with Caitlin and I, we may go off on a tangent and we may be talking about flies on a wall.
Never know where it's going to land. Right?
Never know where we're going to land on it. But you know what? It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And it's going to be the podcast that you didn't even know you needed.
Love it. And with you being the host, I would imagine there's going to be some 10X embedded in there, right?
You know what? We're going to embed some Grant Cardone 10X in there because if it wasn't for 10X, you and I wouldn't be doing what we're doing as business partners and business coaching. My construction company would not be where it's at if I had not invested in that 10X mindset change. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. Might even be a little bit of stuff on that first podcast.
Yeah.
About 10X mindset change and stuff, because the 10X mindset, it's allowed my company to grow to where it is. And we've got some exciting things launching the first quarter of next year in 26 to be able to add more offerings to our clients.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has allowed our team to grow. We've added 5 new team members in the last 90 days to our production team.
Love it.
And so we're really excited about that. And we're going to continue to add as we go throughout the year.
Come on. It's amazing when you have that 10X mindset and you take off those blinders and
That's
think
right.
clearly.
That's right. Yes.
Love it.
Get rid of those business blinders.
That's right. So everything good with the business, with the construction company. How about the coaching? We've had a lot of, lot of success here recently. With
Yes. The coaching has been phenomenal. Great feedback from the clients we have. A lot of interest of additional, clients wanting to come on and become clients of ours. The coaching is just a phenomenal way for us to help, implement that 10X mindset and business growth into Central Illinois area and or anywhere, because we can coach to anybody around the world.
That's right.
Because we are, certified through Grant Cardone. So we can do that. And so, we're excited about that. And, some other things. Big Dog Coaching is expanding.
That's right. That's
too.
right.
So
absolutely. We're going to have Big Dog Media under Big Dog Business Coaching. And part of that is podcast production. Imagine that, right, Chris?
Yeah. And I think Big Dog Media is going to be producing the Big Dog Construction podcast, which is awesome. And we got a few other clients on the hook that are wanting to have their podcast produced. And with your great talents of that, our great downtown location and or remote, we can do that too with those podcasts.
In studio or remote. Yeah. So if that's something your company or business is interested in, they just give us a shout and we'd love to talk to you about it. So onward and upward for business coaching, right?
Business coaching, construction, and anything we put our mind to, we can make it happen.
No doubt about it. Give the audience one quick 10X tip before we head off for the day.
10X tip. The one that I've been living by here in the past several months is, be obsessed or be average.
Mm-hmm.
Just plain and simple, one line, be obsessed or be average. That's what I live by right now. And that's what I'd stick by today.
There you go. Well, Chris, I'm excited that after the break here, we're going to play a quick sneak peek of Monday's episode.
Let's go.
Anything we should be looking for on Monday with the episode?
Well, I don't want to drop everything in there, but you're going to learn a little bit about me, a little bit more in depth about me. You're going to learn a lot about Caitlin and her quirkiness and she's okay with that word. So just tune in and see what you're going to find. And remember, we're going to let followers chime in if they want to learn something new for us to talk about. If they say, hey, we'll learn about X, fine. We'll talk about X, Y, and Z, and then roll back around to A, B, C, D and keep rolling.
Let's go. Well, Chris, appreciate you stopping by. Exciting news.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, we're going to let Chris get back to elevating Springfield. But for the rest of y'all, stay tuned for a quick sneak peek of Chris's new podcast after the break.
Big Dog, if you're doing some remodeling or redesign and build, come and see our showroom. No one does it like we will. Call Big Dog, Big Dog. Let us do it once, and then you're gonna see. You'll wanna be a part of the Big Dog family. Call Big Dog, Big Dog. If you want the job done and you want it done right, call 8332 Big Dog.
Your local Window Depot USA.
Big Dog.
Welcome to our very first episode of
Big Dog Design and Build Construction of Central Illinois, right?
I love it.
For Central Illinois. So I'm Chris Hartsook, owner of Big Dog Construction, and you are my lovely co-host,
Caitlin Borgini with WSMI Radio.
And so we're hoping to bring construction trends. We're going to bring new ideas, what can be done, maybe a little DIY tips as well. Not have to call the experts all the time, but we can walk you through some things.
I think that's where I might come in.
Being trained or give us some DIY tips?
Give you some DIY. Well, hey, maybe both. I could do both, Chris.
It's okay.
But, I got to make do with what I have.
Okay.
With all the 4 kids.
I understand. So we know now that Caitlin has 4 children. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, technically, I would have 7 if you include my man's kids.
Gotcha. I thought you were going to include your man as a child.
No, I actually have a real man now, Chris. So, I mean, that means a lot. It means a lot. But, I think when you're a mom and you're spending money on sports and school and everything else, DIY stuff would be very beneficial.
Definitely.
When you can't spend a bunch of money with the big dog.
Well, it doesn't cost a lot of money to be with the big dog. But yeah, we can definitely help. We can educate.
Yeah.
We do small things for folks, not just big stuff. So as Big Dog Construction, we have 2 locations. We're located here in Carlinville, Illinois. It's where we originated at, but we also have an office downtown Springfield as well. We cover large portion of central Illinois. So that's why, hence the Big Dog mid-central Illinois.
And I've seen you all over the place. That's why when I first got into radio, I was so confused because I was like, where is he out of? And then all of a sudden you buy this place, which, by the way, those of you who don't know, this has been a long-standing home in Carlinville from somebody that everyone knows, Fern, R.I.P., we love you. And you turn this into something that I just never would have envisioned in my life. So when I first walked in here, I was like, wow, this is crazy. But I mean, it's beautiful. We need to show some clips of that somewhere.
Well, we can. And so you are right. So we, as far as I know, and I'm part of the Home Builder Association, the local and the state and the national. And as far as I've done my research, we're the only residential construction company that has a remodeled model home showroom.
Wow.
No one lives here. And that's in the tri-state area. That's Indiana, Illinois, Missouri. And we're not talking about a contractor working out of an office in their home.
Yeah.
No one lives here. This full home, 2,500 square foot home, is fully remodeled as a model home showroom. So you can go in and see everything that we've done in the home.
And I love that because I think that gives ideas for people that aren't as creative visually in their mind.
They can't see in 3D. Right.
They can't see.
2D. Yeah.
So you can come in here. I just think it's such a great sales tactic, I guess you would say. But I think you're just trying to help too.
It is. So I've been doing this 28 years. And in the 28 years I've been doing it, and I love to draw. I'm draftsman, CAD, computer, 3D stuff, all that. But you can just see when I would present something on paper to someone and they're looking at a 2D drawing and they just can't visualize themselves in it, right? People can't visualize space that they can't put themselves into. And so when we can bring them here to our showroom, they can physically touch it, see it in the application. And usually 9 out of 10 people that come in buy what's on display, as in the color, the style, the texture, all of that, because they can see it.
The texture, I think, is a really big thing. But, with me being a teacher, retired, that's the main thing with children. They have to be immersed in it. So, I mean, you want to be able to see it instead of just giving them a piece of paper. Maybe we should all just take this little sales tactic. I mean, I'll just start bringing people up
to the studio.
Yeah.
And that's true. So now not everyone's home looks like our home, right? Our model home showroom.
Right.
So that's where we can offer that 3D, just like you see on HGTV. Little
oh, yes. Yes.
So we literally can do a design of their home, colors, wall colors, floor coloring, everything, furniture color placement and all of that. And then physically walk them through on all our large screen TVs we have throughout the whole showroom. We can walk them through their remodeled space, bathroom, kitchen, new home, addition, whatever it is.
It's so helpful.
Finished out, basement into living space, and then they can see it. And it's a lot less expensive to click a button to change a color there than if we already have a room painted.
So we're going to cut it there. Check back Monday for the full episode. Be right back with more after the break.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agent, is here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343.
All right, how about that? New podcast dropping on Monday. Chris and Caitlin going to do a great job with that. Looking forward to producing that show through Big Dog Media. Hey, if you've got a podcast out there, if you're a business owner out there, want to push out a podcast, hey, give us a shout. We can certainly help you out with that. But hey, before we checked out that preview of the new podcast, Chris's 10X tip that he mentioned, he talked about what he was living by here recently is the be obsessed or be average. Now, we've talked about that before on the show, but I wanted to take a few minutes and expand on that a little bit, what exactly it means to be obsessed or be average. Well, there's a number of things, really. Number one, when we're talking be obsessed or be average, we have to embrace the fact that we are responsible and we alone are responsible for our own success. The obsessed embrace that fact. So when it comes down to it, we are the only one who gets to choose whether we're going to settle for less or whether we're going to become obsessed and get what we want out of life. But here's the thing. You got to give yourself permission to become obsessed. That's your first task, is to tell yourself now and repeatedly that you really can have it all. You can be extraordinary in all areas of life, but you do have to become obsessed. Success is the attainment of potential, and your potential will expand and reveal itself to be bigger than you ever dreamed as long as you keep pushing yourself to achieve more. Obsession does not allow for satisfaction or complacency, and really, you have to deal with the fact that you're always going to be uncomfortable. When naysayers in your life try to convince you to quit, remind yourself that they're not really talking to you. They're really talking to their past selves, the selves that quit. And now they're trying to rationalize their own failure by bringing you down to their level. Millions of people tell themselves that they don't need to have it all. They just need to have enough. They're fine where they're at when they reach, average goals or mediocre goals. But they realize at some point that that's not enough. Stuck working long hours at something they're not passionate about. So give yourself permission to break free from the pack. There's an epidemic of average right now. We want to break free from the pack and become obsessed. Don't worry, the people in your life will think you're crazy. Just embrace the fact that, hey, yeah, maybe we are a little crazy. You're the only person who truly knows what you want, and you are the only person in the world who can really give you what you want. So let's become obsessed. But to do that, you got to figure out your purpose and tie it to your obsessions. So how do you figure out, what is worth being obsessed with? Because, not everything you do, not every part of your job right now is right up your alley, right? In order to identify the obsessions that are worth your time, you got to find your purpose first. So finding your purpose involves asking yourself several specific questions. So here's some of the most powerful questions Grant recommends you answer for yourself to figure out what your purpose is. So, hey, what excites you right now? What would you be willing to do for no money? What can you do better than anybody else? And what do you want to be remembered for? Answers to those questions will give you answers about which obsessions are worth your time and which you could probably give up. And just keep in mind that those questions are not just meant to be asked and answered once, and then forgotten about. You got to constantly answer those questions because you're going to grow and change. So the answers to those questions are going to change. Grant describes this as rebooting your operating system. One of the ways he suggests to refresh your obsessions is to make a daily practice of writing your goals down and making those goals enormous. We've talked about that before, making those big 10x massive goals that everybody else are going to say are unattainable. But hey, like we always talk about, if you're going to dream big, y'all. Next thing, feed your obsessions and starve your doubts. Got to stay focused on what allows you and your business to grow and invest no time, energy, or resources into those things and people that don't. And Grant calls them your beasts. So you're feeding your obsessions, you're feeding your beasts. So if you don't feed your beasts, your obsession will falter, your goals will fester, and you're going to lose that sense of purpose. So this means waking up every day, ready to set higher goals, do more, surround yourself with people who are doing the same thing. We want to completely rid our vocabulary of words like impossible, right? How many times do you hear that? Nah, can't be done. In 10X, we don't think that way. Of course it can be done. If you put time, energy, and money behind it, it can be done. And integrate your goals into every moment of your life. Eat, sleep, and breathe them. That is what it means to be truly obsessed. When's the last time you were truly obsessed with something? Make sure you're keeping your eyes locked on the future rather than, dwelling on what might have happened in the past, any disappointments and failures there. So feed your beast by constantly learning about your industry, doing personal development, all of it. Feed your economic beast by getting your money right and making it work for you. Feed your social beast by surrounding yourself with the most successful, most encouraging, and most positive people you can find. Because the alternative is to let naysayers and doubters into your life. And doubt sabotages your goals and your dreams. Everywhere you go, you're going to encounter doubt. And you're going to encounter people who make themselves feel better by making you doubt. So don't take that advice. Bring everybody around you on board, letting them know that you've given yourself permission to be obsessed and that you're not going to tolerate doubt and negativity around you. So what's next when you become obsessed? You want to make sure you're dominating every sector of your life. You want to dominate yourself, your time, your finances, and your area of expertise. Dominating yourself means taking control of your attitude, your ambition, your energy, and your confidence, and making it all work for you. It means not letting your problems and fears drive you, but instead being driven by your hopes and goals. It means weeding out the behaviors that harm you or set you back and really focusing on those behaviors that allow you to grow and succeed. And dominating your time. Our time is precious. You need to make sure you capitalize on every second you have. We've talked about it before. We don't manage time. We create time. We control time. This is something that Grant is a master of. He doesn't manage times. He finds a way to make more of it and dominate your finances. To dominate your finances, you have to set yourself up with a system of principles, procedures. It means allowing yourself to discuss money, not being shy about your desire to make more and get yourself closer to your goals. Finally, we've talked about this one a lot lately, actually, on some of my tips of the day. To dominate your area of expertise. This means constantly telling yourself that you are the best, even if you're not quite there yet. It means dominating your brand by never being ashamed to promote yourself. This is where that omnipresence comes in, right? Being everywhere, especially on social. So to dominate your life, you need to perform in every sector and become a master in your area to feed into your obsessions and ultimately. And as you're moving toward those domination steps, be aware that comfort is the biggest threat of the obsessed. Complacency is that biggest threat. It's important to stay uncomfortable. It's important to do the things that scare you and learn from your triumphs and your mistakes, right? Don't worry about being unpopular. Don't worry about disappointing yourself. Take risks. Quit following the mantra under promise and over deliver. We've talked about this a lot lately. We want to over promise and over deliver. You should never be underselling yourself anytime. Instead, over promise and let that fuel you to over deliver. Because remember, when you make those giant claims, you get people excited, you get them to root for you, and they become obsessed as you are. And again, remember, this ethically obligates you to the result and ethically obligates you to the over delivery. So, hey, over promise and over deliver. And if you're a business owner out there, this means you got to hire the best and get them obsessed too. You cannot be the best if you don't surround yourself with the best. You can't maintain obsession unless the people you work with share your obsession. If your employees are not willing to get to that point, it's not going to thrive. And it can be difficult to find the right people, but if your business is thriving and you are demonstrating your obsession for what you do, you're going to draw the right people to you. And once you get a good team on board, make sure you're pumping them up, reward excellent performance, hold those meetings every day, constantly enforce the culture. We've talked about all those before. Don't feel ashamed for wanting your office to reflect your beliefs and attitudes, which includes that obsession. Build the culture you know is nurturing and watch that team mold themselves into it. You know, another big part of the obsession piece is taking control. Grant's 100% unapologetic of being a control freak, and he doesn't want you to apologize for it either. He always talks about how people who dislike control are either people who've never had it or have misused it in the past. When things go wrong, a leader might bear the consequences, but the person in control gets the answer. Exerting control takes courage, confidence, and you have to believe that you are worthy of that control and know that you are wielding it with integrity and purpose. If you refuse to take control, it's just going to allow you to be controlled and allow somebody else to take control. So somebody's always going to have that control. Might as well make it you. People refuse control because they fear the responsibility it brings and would rather have someone else to blame if things go wrong. So don't be that person. Don't wait for somebody to give you control. Constantly look for opportunities to seize that control, because when you have control, you can make an impact. You can influence outcomes, and that's what we want if you have big, giant 10X goals. Last thing I'm going to touch on today with part of this is when it comes to obsession is that refusal to quit, is that persistence, right? Difference between success and failure. One of Grant's quotes is staying in the game when others throw in the towel, right? Most likely you're not going to achieve massive success the first time around. Most people who have attained that massive success didn't do it the first time around. It was after multiple failures. One of the enemies of persistence is the perfectionist trap. When you become obsessed with making something perfect the first time around, you wait too long, delay, and eventually give up or quit. So, hey, get it done, then get it right. Persistence will bring perfection over time, just not on that first time. So, hey, today, let's all be obsessed or be average. Break free from the epidemic of average. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited to drop that whole podcast for Chris and Caitlin on Monday. Gonna be great. Make sure you check that out. Be right back after the break.
When I first walked into Showrooms Karate Club, I was just looking for a way to get stronger, but what I found was so much more. Here we train in traditional karate, the real stuff, passed down through generations. Every punch, every kata has purpose. I've learned self-discipline, confidence, and how to protect myself. Not just in class, but in real life. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being prepared. This is more than a club, it's a way of life. Join us at Showrooms, traditional, powerful, real. Ki!
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, while you're out on your socials, check out ours at Robert Farrell, at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages as well. Head on over to YouTube. Great one-stop shop for all the clips from the show. That's my personal page at Robert Farrell. Give us a subscribe. Give us a like on any of those channels or a follow. We would certainly appreciate it. So, hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.